Louis, Missouri, talking about a local organization and a local celebrity. They don't get any bigger than this guy. Welcome in the Hall of Famer, Ozzie Smith, paid spokesperson for Well First Health, provided by SSM Health Plan. Oh, what a lovely backdrop that is. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, my friend. How are you? I'm doing well. I don't hear Ozzie at the moment, but we will.
Can you hear me? Can you
I
hear
do
me
hear you
now?
now. Well, there you go.
Oh
See,
yeah.
we're
How
live.
are you?
I'm doing great. We're live, and Merry Christmas, my friend. Live on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else in the universe. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just trying to stay out of the way of this COVID. You know, it's been this has been one of those years, Tom, that I don't think any of us ever thought we'd have to experience. But hopefully in the very near future here, we'll be able to get out of this situation and get back to some degree of normalcy.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. We just try to do our best here. We try to be as positive as we can, and I hope that little conversations like this just give people a bit of a distraction and let them sit back and enjoy a little bit. But we also will provide some information. We do know, of course, that December 7th enrollment ends. And we're going to scroll a phone number on the bottom where you can learn more about Well First Health. So make sure that you have a pen and paper handy because you'll see that number a whole lot. And some of that information on the bottom of the screen will help you out. 833-551-0565 is the phone number. But as always, Ozzie, before we get into discussions about Well First Health provided by SSM Health Plan, I'd like to chat with you a little bit. What do you think about this time of year? Here we are in early December, and Christmas is creeping up on us.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. As you can see, things are getting very festive around here. Um, but this is always a special time of year. I have a birthday that's coming up too, Tom, and I don't know how good I feel about that, but it's a big 66, but it's always a great time of year. I have one granddaughter, and my kids usually come in. My son's probably not going to come; he's in California. But my daughter and my second son are both here with my grandbaby, so I'm happy.
Oh, that's good. Good to hear. Well, here's something that'll remind you of being young. This is, as always, I go through the basement and look through some stuff, and I find things. Look at this. This is really something right here.
Oh boy,
Look at
golly,
that. Are
a
you kidding me?
celebration! Oh man,
Yeah.
that
So
goes
this
that
is,
brings back some memories. That bring
yeah.
back memories.
Look at that. It's a big time celebration. Yes, the KMOX play-by-play season highlights on an album. For the kids out there,
So
this is called a record, and I actually do have a record player, and I'm going to give this a spin a little bit later. But how cool is that? What do you think of when you see that? That is Game
that
7 against the Brewers, right there, my friend.
that was a special time. That was my first World Series, and actually having a chance to experience that with Willie and stuff. And what was special about that is the fact that we were able to come back and win after that that first disastrous game that we had in that series, which I think they beat us 11 or I think it was 10 or 11 to nothing.
Hmm.
So we're very proud of what we were able to accomplish in that series.
Absolutely. On the back of this, it has all kinds of pictures. Look how young Whitey is there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Whitey. Look at that blonde hair. And then that's there's Bruce right there.
Yeah.
And who's this
Is,
guy?
I think that me or is that Mike
Who's
Ramsey? Oh, that's
uh,
me diving
yeah,
in.
who's
Yeah.
this guy sliding in
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Sliding in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's Porter right there,
Daryl
Daryl Porter,
Daryl Porter.
who
Yeah.
was the MVP of that World Series.
That's right. Daryl all year had never hit a ball the opposite way, and for we knew that we had a chance to win when Daryl hit that ball the other way, and of course they had him played around the pool, and there was nobody there, so he was able to clear the bases with that shot.
I attended one game in that series as a young lad. I went to game 6 with my dad. And what I remember are a couple of things. One, John Stupert pitching his heart out in that game. Keith Hernandez hitting a big home run in that game, but also that it rained.
Oh
That was a
yeah,
Yeah.
we had all of the elements came into play that night, but. You know what? As a player, I don't think that you didn't worry about things like that. We
Mm.
had to win, and if it took playing in rain, snow, sleet, hail, whatever it took, we were gonna be there to get the job done, and we were able to get it done.
Absolutely. And then you won. That game was 13-1, and then you won Game
Hmm.
7, 6-3 over the Brewers. And gosh, that last at bat against Gorman Thomas. Listening to that call, we've played it so many times, but listening to the entire at bat, I want to say it was like a 12, 13 pitch at bat, something like that. Thomas was fouling off pitch after pitch against Bruce Sutter, putting up a fight there at the end.
Yeah, well, you know what it was is that I think that Bruce was surprising him with that blazing fastball, and he kept throwing him that fastball, and I know he was looking for that splitter, but Bruce just kept pumping fastballs, and Gorman, looking at him, he was wondering, is he really going to continue to throw me fastballs? And then, of course, when he got him just looking for the fastball, he threw him the split finger, and that was it.
What a neat moment for Jack Buck. If you think about Jack had so many great calls throughout his career, but that was the only time that he called a world championship. If you
Yeah,
think about it,
yeah, that
because
was.
that was his call of a world championship in 1982. Very special, and I know that in the 1970s, the teams, while they featured some great players, could never get to that level that you did, getting to the postseason. And then to be able to call 82 had to have just been a thrill for him.
It was, and one of the special things about Jack is I used to, and I tell people this story all the time. Jack had that innate ability to say the right thing at the right time, and as a player, when you're struggling, the one thing that you don't need to hear is the one person that knows that they're struggling is the player. And Jack would come down before the game, like you do now, and you pre-tape the show and so forth and so on. And I can remember I was struggling a little bit, and Jack just walks by me and he goes, "Keep your chin up, keep your chin up." And it's confidence like that helps you build back and get yourself back on track and stuff, because that Jack has seen a lot of baseball. He's seen a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and there are a lot of ebb and flows in the game of baseball and stuff. So you just got to keep things in focus and remember that in baseball you always have a chance. You always have a chance to redeem yourself. So he was always a very positive person, and I enjoyed the time I had, the little time that we had to spend together.
That's neat to hear that, because I do think when you are on the inside like Jack was and he saw how hard you all worked, we're all human beings. I mean,
That's right.
right? And you just keep working at it, and finally break through, and you did. You won the world championship, and you had as good as anybody that's ever managed the game guiding your team in Whitey Herzog. Tremendous. I'm actually
Yeah.
wearing a Herzog shirt today. This is from his golf
It's
tournament. Whitey
charity.
Herzog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Whitey Herzog
Uh-huh.
Youth Foundation. But what a team he built. He
Yeah.
brought you to St. Louis. And many others and put that together.
He's one of those special people too. He had worked at every level of the game, and so he understood the game very well. I was talking to somebody this morning. I was telling them that we found out right away. He was one of those people that found out right away what a guy was made of, because if you came up as a youngster, he threw you right in the fire to find out, whether or not you had the heart and the desire to be a part of the organization, be a part of the team, and so we didn't have a lot of people that didn't fit in. If you didn't fit in, he got rid of you very quickly. And, we always had people. He was always able to put a team on the field that had people who understood what their jobs were and were willing to work hard to get the job done.
Well, it's fun to think about all that, and I love this a lot. So I'm gonna have to, now that I dug this out of the basement, I'm definitely gonna play some of that and hear some of Jack's great calls of the '82 championship season.
Yeah.
I was a little pup, man. I was only 7 years old. Can you believe
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Those were the days. I was in the middle of my heyday in 1982, and of course, that being my first World Series and having a chance to win it, was very, very special. It's the only one that I won, but had the opportunity to play in three.
Yes, you did. Yeah, 82, 85, 87, one of the great runs in Cardinals history. Whitey Ball, Ozzie Smith, Willie McGee, that great pitching, the great fielding, great hitting. Just man, that was some team. Just
Yeah.
absolutely awesome, and I love chatting with you about it. This is you recently became Medicare eligible. We talked about that about now coming up on a year. And what did you learn when you got in touch with Well First Health? As we talk about them here today.
Well, Tom, I've always worked hard at trying to keep myself in good shape and preventive. One of the things that I learned was with Mackie Shilstone in 1985 was trying to preempt any injuries and keep yourself in decent shape. So as I get older here, I'm still continuing to work. I still work out 3 days a week. I play a lot of golf, so exercise has always been a part of what I do. And um, I'd like to live till I'm 100, 110. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you make plans for it, and so you try and make sure that you get yourself or keep yourself in decent shape. And I've always tried to do that. I'm probably 10 to maybe 15 pounds over what my playing weight was. So I think I've done a pretty good job, but it's taken a lot of work and a lot of dedication. You got to spend time. There got to be some blood, some sweat, and some tears to keep yourself in decent shape. So I've always tried to do that.
It's been cold here in St. Louis the last few days. This morning, when I let the dogs out, it was like 25 degrees. But then and the ground was frozen. But then I looked at the forecast and I saw 48, 49, 50. And I start thinking, I could get out there and hit the ball. Like, what is your threshold? Is there a
50.
temperature? 50?
Yeah, 50 is it. Anything below 50, I guess in 48 to 50 degrees, I can take it. Anything below that, it's numbing.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's where we start finding those heated tees maybe to practice, or we just practice indoors. You know what I need to do is get a net for the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Is probably
That's it.
probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's what I have. I have a net downstairs in the basement, and well, whenever I get frustrated or whatever, and I need to hit something, I go down and hit some golf balls, and always working on that swing.
And as you told me, it's that short game. That chipping and putting is the key. I mean, we can sit there all day long. And I finally, Ozzie, this year straightened out my drive. And it feels so good to bang one down the middle and put it in the fairway. But if I'm not good around the greens, my score is going to still be where it is. I'm
Yeah.
still trying to get down into the 80s here. And if I don't chip and putt, I'm not going to get there.
Yeah, well, as I was telling you, we got to learn to miss closer.
Yeah.
Because it's a game of misses. So you just got to miss closer, and you're going to have a better chance of getting a putting in from 10 feet as opposed to 25 feet. And when you watch the pros play, their misses or everything is they miss closer. So if you learn to chip and putt and learn to putt from anywhere from 10 feet in, you got a better chance of getting that score down. And that's really kind of the way that you're going to do it, because I think eventually you learn your golf swing. You learn how to hit the ball straight, your drives, but it's that chipping and putting that's going to make the difference and start shaving off strokes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to get after it. I do have a practice screen down here, so I'll be
There you
working on
go.
that. I wanted to ask you though. So when it starts getting cold and we're stuck inside, how do you keep yourself, aside from swinging and physical activity, how do you keep yourself mentally sharp? Some people like crossword puzzles. Some people like playing board games or reading. What's your secret?
I love word finds. Word finds are something that I've always had. I always keep 2 or 3 of those in my bag, especially when I was traveling a lot. I could always go in there and find that. Since the pandemic started, we've played a lot of Scrabble. You try and read. We've had more time to read. So it's all of those things that try and keep the mind sharp. Take my Prevagen. Try and take my Prevagen every day to keep that memory and stuff. And one of the other things that I found out is that it's important. Music is very, very important
Mm.
for people that have had mental problems, and as they age and stuff, they say that music is a big part of it. So I try and listen to as much music as I can, a different
Love
variety
that.
of music.
This is why you and I are friends. Music has been such a great companion for me when I just need something to soothe me. You know what I did yesterday is I like to cook, so I had a little time yesterday to cook, and I was cooking. I had John Coltrane playing on
Mm-hmm.
the speaker in the kitchen. Just a little jazz in the background, but Christmas music, or I'm kind of all over the place with my musical taste. I jump from rock to hip hop to
Yeah,
classics.
you're still young enough, to be in hip hop and
I'm
rap
yeah,
and
I'm all
all of
over the
that.
place. But I like sometimes late at night listening to Sinatra. What are some of your favorites?
I love jazz. A saxophone, any type of saxophone is easy listening for me. And um, you mentioned John Coltrane and the greats. Grover Washington Jr. has always been one of my favorites. It's just it does something for the soul, hearing the
Mm,
saxophone. And here in St. Louis, I love going listening to Tim Cunningham, who is
mm.
also a great saxophone player here in St. Louis. That he's at most of my events and stuff. So saxophone has always been one of my favorite instruments.
Yeah, I've noticed that too when we've done those PGA Reach events. The music is a big part of it. It's a big part of your
Hmm.
presentation. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are you a I don't see you as a listening to music on the golf course kind of guy, but I don't think you would mind if someone else had it playing. I'm kind of
It's
in that
jazz.
boat.
It's jazz. Smooth jazz is what I listen to with my wingman. You probably have a wingman too, don't you?
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when I take my wingman out, I'm always listening to smooth jazz. It's very relaxing.
You do on the golf course.
Oh yes,
Oh, good.
yes, no
Okay.
doubt,
Yeah,
no
good.
doubt.
I'm kind of back and forth on it. Like I don't mind music on the golf course. Sometimes I just like to hear the birds chirping, but
Hmm.
I'm cool with it. And people always ask, "Are you okay if I play some music?" I'm like,
Hmm.
"Absolutely, go for it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Whatever you want." I love the game, and music's a great way to keep your mind sharp and just to relax yourself. You're absolutely right. Um, so let's talk about Well First Health a little bit more. So the Medicare Advantage, how can people save money on that?
Well, you can save anywhere from 420 to $900 more on your Social Security check each year through the Part B premium reduction. There's a $30 insulin copays for preferred pharmacies, and then there's $0 premium and $0 copay for primary care, labs, and mental health.
We have an annual enrollment period that we've been talking about here for the last, I don't know, month or two, but we're getting close here. It's December 7th is when enrollment ends. So this is when we really tell you that you should pick up the phone and make that call to 833-551-0565. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen, 833-551-0565, because Ozzie, this is a company that is going to pick up the other end of that phone, and they're local. I mean, they understand. It's
Yeah,
St. Louis. They get it.
that's what's so appealing, Tom, is the fact that SSM is community focused. You can keep your money and healthcare decision making right here in the Gateway region. You can visit local Medicare access centers and individualized help. And all of that information, of course, is on the Welfare's Health website.
I like the people there. I've enjoyed working with them. I mean, look at this. They just give us the freedom to sit and talk about whatever we want, knowing that we're going to put the information out there properly and be good spokespeople for them at Well First Health. But they're good people. You can get that sense from them, and I think that people would really enjoy working with them. And actually, it's important to work with an insurance agent to make these kinds of decisions too.
It is. And I think everyone out there owe it to themselves to find a lower cost plan that meets your needs. You owe it to yourself to find a better way to get care. And you owe it to yourself to ask your insurance agent to look at Welfare's Health as an option.
No doubt about it. So again, that number is 833-551-0565, and they have terrific advantages. I also, you and I have talked about some of the benefits, and one of those that jumped out at me was the companionship. I think that's
Yes.
really neat, where 10 hours, up to 10 hours per month, virtually or in person, they partnered with Papa Pals. I like that. That's something that kind of sets them apart.
That certainly is one of the important parts of the package. And as you age, it's very, very important to have people that you can visit with. And you talk about this pandemic and the companionship is very, very important now because you have people who have gotten up in age and they don't have family members that can visit them. So the companion thing is very, very important element of this whole project.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to be able to chat with somebody. That's kind of in radio, that's sort
Hmm.
of been sort of the backbone of our success, is that we're the one medium that is personal, that you feel
Right.
like that when you listen to somebody all the time, they become your friend. How about if that person from Papa Pals, is visiting with you, not on a daily basis, but close to it? I mean, 10 hours per month is a pretty good chunk of time. I mean, that's really
It
neat.
is. Well, you get to know people, and you get to share, and in many cases, you get to see another side of life. You get to hear, if it's a person that, a younger person can visit with an older person, and vice versa. You can learn from each other, and that's very, very important in the communication.
You see that number on the bottom of the screen, $420. That's like getting a $420 raise on
Yes,
your Social
sir.
Security check. That's big time.
That's big.
Absolutely. $0 premium for Medicare Advantage, $0 copays for primary care, lab work, and mental health visits. It's just a terrific, wonderful Medicare Advantage called Well First Health. So here's that number again. It's 833 551 0565, 833 551 0565, just to learn more. And Ozzie, I know that you would encourage people to see if it's right for them.
That's right. Just like as I said before, you owe it to yourself to find out, or to try and get yourself a lower cost plan. It's a better way to get care, and you should check with your insurance agent to make sure that you see what welfare's options are.
Absolutely. Well First Health, Medicare Advantage. You can always go to their website, but I would encourage you to pick up the phone, is just because we're getting close here to December 7th. Yeah, we're talking live, and this will be recorded for people to watch. We're talking here on December 2nd, so we're 5 days away.
5 days.
Again, the phone number is 833 551 0565. Just call it, have a little chat, and just learn a little bit more. There's no obligation to make a phone call. That's for sure. That's all you have to
That's
do.
right.
You have the
Have
freedom to
nothing.
do that.
They have nothing to lose.
That's right. Well First Health, provided by SSM Health Plan, has brought us together. Longtime friend Ozzie Smith, the Hall of Famer, with us. We appreciate it as always. Have a wonderful holiday and a very Merry Christmas, my friend.
All right. You too, Tom.
And a
Take
happy
care.
birthday.
Thank you.
That's yeah, absolutely. Ozzie Smith with us right here. Thank you, folks, for joining us. We appreciate it. To our producer, Eric Sykes, for Ozzie Smith, I'm Tom Ackerman. We'll see you on the radio as well on KMOX.
Our Medicare Advantage plans provide all your medical and additional benefits in one plan. Medicare Advantage plans offer coverage similar to the employer-based coverage you're used to. In addition to covering medical, comprehensive dental, vision, and hearing benefits, our plans offer additional unique benefits. We've partnered with Papa, a company that matches members with a Papa Pal to provide assistance with transportation, meal prep, house chores, technology lessons, companionship, and other senior services. Your pal can visit with you in your home or virtually with assistance from a distance. We offer $60 per quarter for you to spend on useful over-the-counter supplies like bandages, pain relievers, and much more. Our plans cover 24 one-way rides to or from medical appointments or to the local pharmacy. If you were discharged from the hospital, our plans cover 14 meals delivered to your door while you recover. Some of our plans even offer a Part B premium reduction, a benefit that allows you to pay less for your Part B monthly premium. These benefits are included at no additional cost when enrolling in one of our Medicare Advantage plans. Contact us today to learn more about how you can enroll in a plan that includes these valuable benefits.